Okay, so we are now approaching the end of August, which means we have just under 2 months until WWE 2K20 is released in October, on October 22nd. Now with that in mind, we are still yet to hear anything about a roster reveal. Now, we do know plenty of superstars have been confirmed for the game from the WWE 2K20 trailer. We've also seen details about Roman's Tower, which have given away more superstars. So, superstars have been revealed, but they are pretty much, bar the legends, the superstars that we would know are in a WWE game. Now the one thing here this year that is very different about WWE 2K20 to any other WWE game of the past is the DLC. Now I say that because of the fact that the DLC is so different this year. We're not going to get any superstar packs by the sound of it. We might do, there might be something else, but as far as we know, we're getting this all new DLC which focus on WWE superstars in alternate universes. So that would mean that the likes of say NXT UK, NXT, Legends and plenty more that we'd usually expect as part of the DLC in a WWE game will actually be featured on disc. So that is huge, it's massive, because the roster is going to literally be humongous. But I want to know from you guys who you expect or who you want to see as part of the roster for WWE 2K20, because what springs to mind for me is talent from NXT UK. Now, I'd like to see Walter featured for the first time in a WWE game. I'd like to see Tony Storm in a WWE game. So I'd like to see the NXT UK contingent be focused on. I'd also like to see superstars like Matt Riddle in a WWE game. I think he's been very outspoken on social media. I think he's a huge talent, so it would be bizarre for him to be missing. But usually, in a WWE game, we wouldn't get those kind of superstars unless they were a part of the DLC. That's just normally how it works out. Whether or not you think that's right or wrong, you know and I know that's how it happens. Whereas this year, 2K are going to have to focus and knuckle down and get these superstars bang on disc. So, with that in mind, I want you guys to let me know where you want those superstars to be focused upon, because it's going to be interesting. Because with the time and the fact at the moment, which we must be honest about, something that has begun to play on my mind little by little, we're not seeing much about this game at all. And it's been put out from Gamescom that WWE 2K20 was supposed to be there. However, instead, because the game wasn't ready, and from what I understand it was going to be shown behind closed doors, that's what I'd read, but because it wasn't ready, WWE Supercard stepped in to take its place, and Johnny Gargano was there, and apparently he had a little sign which featured his overall. I don't know if he actually revealed that or if it was blurred out or anything like that, but Gargano was there representing Supercard and WWE 2K20, albeit that nothing of 2K20 was shown. Now again, nothing being shown there. It seems like 2K are quite tight-lipped in showing gameplay or anything like that. Each time we've seen a trailer, it's featured minimal gameplay, and from what we're reading from press releases, it's because they want to show the best possible WWE game. However, could this also mean that it is becoming a bit of a struggle to get all of this done in time for an October release? Because in my opinion, it is quite a lot of work to get all these additional superstars ready if they are included, which we don't know, in addition to the DLC, because again, you've got superstars featured there, but not as we know them. That we don't know yet, how far that is in production and how far that is completed. So there's plenty ifs, buts and maybes about the WWE 2K20 roster. And that's why I'm asking you, which superstars, which weren't on disc or which weren't featured at all for WWE 2K19, do you want to see on disc for WWE 2K20? Because I think the only opportunity that you've got for these superstars to be in is at point of original release. I don't see where these superstars are coming otherwise, unless 2K have got an extra surprise for us where they've changed their format and they're just going to give us downloadable content at different times throughout the year, which isn't part of the DLC. I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm thinking it's on disc or it's not. Your favourite superstar or the ones you want in are there from the beginning? No, not at all. So with that in mind, and think about what I mentioned with NXT UK, Walter, Tony Storm, NXT, Matt Riddle, which superstars, you could go and talk about legends as well, which you think need to be featured. I mean, for example, normally we have something like a Hall of Fame pack. Jeff Jarrett springs to mind. We saw a guitar featured in the trailer for WWE 2K20. I didn't know who that related to, whether it be Elias, the Honky Tonk Man, or Jeff Jarrett. But again, those sort of superstars would need to be thought about if they are going to appear in WWE 2K20. My expectation would be they would be on disc. So let me know what you think, because I don't know, the less we hear about the game, I'm not saying that I'm worried about it, but I just feel that maybe 2K are working right up to the end of when they've got the opportunity to make sure they've got all the superstars ready for this game. It feels like the work is ongoing, and maybe in previous years we've felt like, well, the game is done now, because we've seen things like gameplay trailers, we've had test plays or press releases at this point, and we haven't had any of that yet. So I don't know how you interpret that. How do you interpret that? Good? Bad? Do you think it's just a case that a ton of work has gone into this game? Or do you think that maybe it's become a little bit too much with this new take and the new DLC? I don't know. I want to get your views and opinions on this because I think it is an important talking point. And I do want to hear your views around who you want to see on disc that wasn't featured before. So have your say. I do think we will get every aspect of every part of the roster. The one thing I would say about that though is making that shift towards doing that from the offset and on disc. If 2K next year decide that they're not keen on what they've done with this DLC, let's just say for example that the Bump in the Night and the other additional DLC content doesn't go down well, and 2K then revert back to the original format of DLC packs featuring superstars like Talent of the Future, Hall of Famers, is that going to upset the WWE universe, the fans that buy this game? Because then your DLC will be back how it was before, which means you won't be getting those superstars on disc if they are featured this year. Plenty to think about, and I think it makes some interesting talking points around the WWE 2K20 roster, which I hope we get details of very soon. For example, at least some overalls, maybe even of current superstars that we already know are featured in this year's game. It's gotta come, hasn't it? Because it's creeping closer and closer to that October release. So have your say, I want to get your views, and for now, please rate, comment and subscribe. Where is the WWE 2K20 roster? What will it be? I'll catch you later. I'll see you later.